Today I'd like to talk about the development of tall buildings in the owner's perspective. My name is Apichai, Siridumrongphun. I'm the project director working for Siam Sindhron. Siam Sindhron is a company owned by Crown Property Bureau, and we are the property development leg of the Crown Property Bureau. So we have an awesome project called Sindhron Village, which is close by. So I'd like to talk about Sindhron Village because for Sindhron Village, all the buildings, we use the performance-based design, and also the nonlinear time history analysis for all the buildings. And the reason, I'll tell you why. What's the reason we do that? I guess it's the very first project to use the nonlinear time history analysis in Bangkok. The project is located next to Lumpini Park, if you guys know about Lumpini Park. It's between Sindhron Road where you have, it's a one-way, you have a lot of restaurants there, and Sindhron. The area, the land area is approximately 552 right. In acres, about 20 acres. So it's such a big project for us. As you can see, on the right-hand side is the Lumpini Park, and the group of buildings are the project. Starting from the most left-hand side, we call it Sindhron Residence. It's a condominium. And I'll go through all the buildings first and go into detail of each building later. So we have resident S, the resident W, resident L. It's actually stands for small, wellness, and large. So, and the group of SWL is actually a hotel. It's hotel buildings and service apartments. And we have two small buildings, which is overlook the Lumpini Park. We call it Sindhron Park View and Sindhron Park View. A group that adjacent to the Lumpini Park is phase 2 for future. We cannot review it yet, but we are doing the feasibility and conceptual design for it. So the first building, Sindhron Residence, is almost completed. It's under construction right now. By the end of this year, so we completed. This structure is 35-story high, and there are two towers. The tall tower is a small tower. This one is quite slender in terms of the shape of it for the tall tower. Then we have to introduce an outrigger on the, if you can see the line, about 21st floor, we have the outrigger level there. And there's another challenge, which is we have a bridge linking the small tower to the tall tower. So we have a fixed end at the small tower and sliding end of the bridge at the tall tower. So the sliding end, we were thinking about what kind of bearing we should use. We ended up using pot bearing so that we reduce the lateral force transfer from the small building to the large tall building. Oh, by the way, I'm a structural engineer by background, so I go more in structure, right? Okay, the next building is Resident S. It's 38-story high. It's pretty typical. It's a concrete reinforced moment frame with the shear wall. But this is more like rectangular shape. It's the tallest building that we have. The next one, resident W. This one, the shape is curved, and it's not too tall. It's only 19-story. It's such a large footprint. It's almost 80 meters wide. But the architect, which is a plan architect, proposed us with some kind of a gimmick, an arch right at the entrance level, about 4-story high, quite large, so that so we made an impression for the guests to come in, right? But to do that, this arch have to act as a transfer beam. All the column loads will be sitting on this arch. And definitely, the arch will be like, the base will be kind of pushing away, right? We have to introduce tie beam with post tension to actually hold that together. Next one is Resident S, 33 stories high. This one is pretty much like a square shape footprint with the center core, the lift core is right in the center. It's quite typical. And the last two buildings, which is overlooked Lumpini Park, we call it Lamson Park View and Tonson Park View. The land shape is so narrow. It's narrow enough that we cannot even build a ramp to go for the car to go up to the parking. We have to use the elevator to actually take the car up. So there's definitely, so then the building is very slender in a way, and the column pattern, the column is quite irregular in terms of the column level, column at the parking level and column at the residential level. So it's quite challenging, small but quite challenging. So before we go in further details, I'd like to talk about the what in the property developer's mind mostly. So generally we mostly focus about the aesthetic and the function of the buildings. Let's say we have to have a nice impressive facade. We have to look at the space planning of the units. The lobby have to be impressive, what kind of materials we need to use. That's the main focus. And we pay more and more for the architect fee and also the architect work or the interior work. We import stone from Italy, all kind of good stuff. However, structures and mechanical, electrical, plumbing is pretty much a second in priority because we don't see it, we don't appreciate it for now. But I believe, if we do well on these two areas, people will appreciate it later. Once if there's a severe disaster or big earthquake, or you find that your plumbing works well, no leakage or high good stuff. This is like second priority at all. So we even negotiate the fee for the structural engineer design. We negotiate, we try to do value engineering on the structure, value engineering on the M&E, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. But so basically we, mostly I would say, we didn't pay enough attention to the part. So now let's come back to the Lamson project development objective. Since it's the first project that we assigned to do from the Crown Property Bureau. So the first objective, we have to develop the high quality residential project. And with the high quality, there's a lot into it. We talk about a lot of things, but I will go to the next one. 100-year lifespan buildings. This is a must. We want to have this building stand tall for 100 years. We can renovate so many times, but we want to keep using the building. So this is pretty much something that we have to accomplish. It's got to be environmentally friendly. All the buildings here, we are applying for LEED certificate. The very first building I talked about, the Sindhron residence, which is almost completed by the end of the year, we are aiming for the gold certificate, which is as I can see, new construction, not corn shell like the other offices. If you know early, but basically we aim for that. The last one, this project, we don't want to maximize profit. What it means? I mean, it means a lot for us. It means that we put cost, not only we talk about cost, quality, and time. We put cost down the second priority. We go take the quality up. So that means we can do anything, but still make some profit, but not maximize profit. To do anything to improve, to add value to the projects. Now come back to 100-year structure. So when we talk about 100-year structure, what do we talk about? We talk about the first one is durability of the structure. Well, deterioration of the structure, does it exist? It does. Actually, we actually consult with SIT team. We talk about concrete that exposed to soil, concrete that exposed to water, and chemical attack. We go into more detail later. We talk about the structural integrity. I mean, it has to withstand severe earthquake and wind load that may occur in the service lifetime. I'm not so sure what kind of percentage, but we have to be prepared. Come back to the structural durability. We actually we talk the structural durability basically come down to only three main things: the concrete covering, because we're not in the severe kind of chemical attack location or close to the sea. So we talk about the concrete covering, the cement content, water-biotic ratio, fly ash substitute. We use fly ash to make the concrete more improve the chemical resistance and also the density, the density of the concrete, so that the reinforcement inside is less corroded later in the service life. And we do the thermal analysis of mass foundation, because we put a mass foundation, normally we have to check it, whether the different in temperature at the center and at the surface, different or what. So it wouldn't introduce the thermal cracks inside the mat foundation. So this is the example that the outcome that our consultant gave to us. It actually specifies what kind of covering and what kind of, for the exposed to soil, what kind of fly ash percentage we should use to actually make the concrete durable. So we follow that, and we talk to CTAP to design the mix design accordingly. And also, about the curing of the mat foundation, is all, you may already, familiar with this, but we use the foam, thicker foam, to make sure the heat actually kept the difference in the temperature is limited. Now back to the structural integrity. I guess it's all started at the good conceptual design, like Dr. Navid said, it's the engineering sense. Just before you actually do the calculation or run the analysis, you should know where to place your the shear core, or how this structure is actually supposed to behave, and so you can do it at conceptual design. You don't need to go to details if you are familiar with the structural behavior already. And with the help of Dr. Navid, we actually discussed at the very beginning of the project. We're looking at the plan and how, where the shear wall should be, and that to set up a good conceptual design in the structural system. Code-based design versus performance-based design. Well, code-based design, we already done that, and it's standard practice. So for this project, again, performance-based design is something that we aim for, because we want to know how the structure will behave under, so severe kind of natural disasters, and we want to know whether, do we have enough reinforcement? Normally, if we go for conventional design for wind load, normally this project wind load control. Do we have enough reinforcement, shear reinforcement, to resist the collapse of the structure if ever the most considered earthquake hit? So we decided all the projects, all the buildings, we go for performance-based design. Wind tunnel test, well, it's not that tall, but we carried out the wind tunnel test anyhow to obtain more accurate wind load on structure, considering all the surrounding buildings. So I'm pretty sure we find that there's some certain location the wind load is higher than the code. So we actually appreciate that we done the wind tunnel test. Lastly, I guess we're using the most considered earthquake ground motions that are actually given to us, I guess by research and monitoring for the nonlinear time history analysis. So you use that to calculate whether in the MCE level. So for internal tests, you may already know, but we actually obtain the overall wind load for the structural design. We actually get the wind pressure on the structural cladding. That all the wind pressure we gave it to the facade consultant to design the thickness of the glazing, making sure that under the hurricane or severe wind, this glazing wouldn't break. And lastly is the pedestrian wheel level. Definitely, since we are in the open area close to Lumpini Park, that the wind actually, we want to find out at the ground level on the swimming pool area whether this is not it's the seasonal wind. We talk about seasonal wind. Whether we actually make the people, spending time in that area comfortable enough. We all do all these three from the wind tunnel test. So as you can see, the left-hand side is to get the overall wind load, and to the right-hand side, so just a rigid model to get with all the fiber stuff to get the wind pressure on the cladding. So I guess to do all this, right, we need a consultant team. So we have we done the conceptual design in the structural system development and performance-based design review. We actually got the assistant from AIT consultant, Dr. Navi. For the wind and earthquake consulting, we have Dr. Apichai as our consultant to actually help out with our main structural engineer as well in terms of the nonlinear design and also the wind and earthquake forces. For the wind tunnel test, we use Thammasat University, Dr. Viro, to actually carry out the wind tunnel test for us. For the building durability, we actually occupied Dr. Sumnik from SIIT to actually design the concrete mix for us. So to make sure that we even for the concrete, for the durability of the structure, we even test the soil for the sulfate and chloride to make sure that we're pretty sure there's not much sulfate and chloride in Bangkok, but we tested it anyway just to make. Lastly, facade design. We have Andrew Snarun, which is our facade consultant to actually help design in terms of the structure and also pretty much the structure side of the facade. With all this consultant team, I guess we have done the best to do our best knowledge to actually design the project, especially on the structure side. This is the aim. This is actually our objective at the very beginning, do the highest quality buildings in town. So I go very fast because I got only 20 minutes left, 5 minutes left, I guess. So in summary, what I'm trying to say here is that, I guess it's our responsibility, not only the designer, it's the developer responsibility as well, to ensure sound and safe structure. And I believe the threat of natural disasters, actually, at least in my opinion, are more severe and frequent. The earthquake, the tsunami, lately, Phuket, Chiang Rai, and just a few months ago, I guess, there's another earthquake in Sumatra, and you can feel it in Bangkok. So it's closer than we think, I guess, and we never know what kind of, unpredictable kind of severe attack will come to us. And we have all the advanced structural design knowledge, and also competent engineers all around to do that, in place to do that. So that's the reason we have the demand. Our client asking, the tenant who want to buy our project, asking what kind of earthquake resistant our structure can resist, and more and more people ask that kind of questions. So we have the reason to do it, reason to go for the advanced structural design. We have the resources. All the people, including you guys, that learning all this advanced structural design. So I guess in conclusion, why we do it? Because we can do it, and thanks to our company that support all this idea. Because everything we do, it costs money and time. Like for example, the very first building that we carried out the nonlinear time history analysis. It took, actually I skipped one, sorry. The structural designer is Kunpisit. Kunpisit actually used to work for Arunchai Seri, but he actually quit it quick, and started his own company, PSA. It took Visit almost a year to finalize the analysis and design. And at the very last meeting, it's like, oh, I need to add some more reinforcement. You have to actually sketch it and actually give it to construction to actually add more reinforcement. It really takes time, but the learning curve is there. The next buildings, it takes less time, and his team is actually learning quicker with the help of our consultant, with the help of Ajahn Penmin, to actually, this is the way to make the knowledge transfer in our way. And we're glad we did that. So I guess that's a summary. Basically, it's our responsibility, it's our duty to do so. If ever you guys will be a project developer or a designer, as a designer, you should know in details. You should know how the structure would behave, like the intuition that Dr. Nabil said. Not only see the numbers. I mean, I'm structurally, I'm not so good, but I wish that happened. And thank you very much.